Welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. I'm Eric, and on today's show we're going to make some fire roasted salsa. Today I picked some fresh ingredients from our garden and we're going to throw it on a charcoal grill to give it a nice charcoal flavor, kind of like a charred flavor. And then we're going to combine it with a few other ingredients and we're going to have the best tasting salsa you've ever had. Now let's get cooking. So we're going to do this over charcoal today. I've lit one full chimney because I want high heat. We're not going to need heat for very long, as this is only going to take maybe 2 to 4 minutes. So the first thing I like to do is just put a little bit of oil. I'm just using vegetable oil and a paper towel here so I can throw it away. I don't like to oil it on the grill over the charcoal because if it drips, I don't want to flare up. So I'm just generously rubbing this top grill and we should be good. So now that we've oiled this, I'm going to put this on. Now what I've done is I have my regular grate, but then I have a second grate to crisscross just to help make sure things don't fall through. I don't have a fancy vegetable tray thing with small holes to keep everything in tight. So this is a good workaround for the meantime. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put about 2 pounds of tomatoes that I've already have sliced. In this case, well, not really sliced, but I cut in half, and some of them, I don't know, I just took the bottoms off just because they look ugly, but I removed the seeds because I don't want it to be all watery, so that'll help a little bit. We have a couple of jalapeno peppers in here for flavor and a little bit of heat. I took the seeds out just so there's minimal heat from them. If you want more heat, by all means, leave the seeds in or use more jalapenos. Or you can even use hotter peppers like habaneros, serranos, Thai. There's all kinds of great choices out there. If you don't want any heat at all, then you can use sweet peppers, Anaheims. There's a ton of choices out there. We're getting a little bit of sizzling already. I'm expecting this to take somewhere between 2 minutes and maybe 4 minutes maximum. My tomatoes are fairly small, and then Amy robbed me of a few when she was making some Spanish rice this morning. So that means I have to mix in some cherry tomatoes to make up for the full 2 pounds. But it doesn't matter because they all taste good, they're fresh, and it's going to go into a blender anyways. So now that we have charred the jalapenos and the tomatoes and let them rest for a little bit in this bowl, it's a little on the watery side. So we're going to go ahead and drain that into this other bowl just so we don't have to deal with all that excess water in our salsa. Now that the tomatoes have drained, we're going to go ahead and spoon them into, make sure I don't make a mess here, to the blender here. This is 2 pounds of tomatoes and 2 jalapenos that we fire roasted. The other way. This is a 1/4 cup of cilantro fresh that I did mince up. It's a little compacted because I rinsed it first, but that is 1/4 cup. In fact, let's get that in there. So it's really smelling fresh. We have 1 large onion that I just sliced. The blender's going to do the rest of the work for me. And we're going to take 2 teaspoons of minced, or sort of minced, garlic. That's 1, and here's 2. Here. We're going to start off with a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. It's really going to be seasoned to your own liking, but this is kind of like a base. So we'll go with that. And put that close enough. You can always add more if you need it. It's in there. And we're going to just do a pulse on this for about 10-20 seconds until it's mixed up pretty good. And just take a look at the consistency here. Yeah, I think I can live with that right there. It's looking pretty good there. Now that we've got the salsa to the consistency we want, we're going to go ahead and get it into the serving bowl here. You can see it's a little on the thick side, which is great. It's not all that watery. That's about enough right now. So right now we're going to go ahead and taste it, of course, but also see if it needs additional seasoning. It tastes like it's kind of like a medium hot, and it might be because of the 2 jalapenos in there. Plus we did put a teaspoon of black pepper. Looks like it could use maybe just a little more salt. Go ahead. Sprinkle just a little bit. Stir that up. If you're sensitive to heat, you can either try less jalapenos, like maybe like half of a jalapeno, or cut back on the black pepper. So we'll see how that works. Try that again. That's tasting pretty good. This little bit of salt extra is definitely helping that out. Cilantro is there. It's blended, the flavor, so it's not like the garlic stands out or the onion stands out. It's all there. In fact, what may extra be good is if you make this a day before, so that way it can sit in the refrigerator, then the flavors will all come together better than what it is right here. But otherwise, this is outstanding. So I just want to reiterate that the charred tomatoes is what really gives us the flavor, and it cannot be replicated using liquid smoke or using a gas grill. If you don't have charcoal, then go to your local park, start a campground fire, and just roast tomatoes. But whatever you do, you have to use fire. That's the key secret to this. It's really great. That's all I can say about that. If you like this recipe, click below to subscribe. You can also visit us on amylearnstocook.com, and we're on Twitter as well. So it's twitter.com/amylearnstocook.